This is so funny. It's hilarious that my camera keeps freezing. And I keep saying how everything's funny. I'm sorry, this is so chopped up. But you know what? My sermons are aptly named Hot Mess. I'm a hot mess. My camera's a hot mess. All right, let's keep going. Loving without agenda. Why that is so important is because so many times on the spiritual journey, me included, we love to get something, you know? We love something to change it, to heal it, to release it, to fix it. Um, we're we're grateful because we think we're going to get a reward from that. Oh my God, I did that for so many years. Gratitude list. Okay, if I'm grateful, I'm going to get a reward. You know, if I love, then I'm going to get a reward. If I love, then I'm going to heal. And the whole point of me going in and loving this horse the way I did, I went in and I just said, I am not going to presume that I have anything within me that you need. I am not going to heal you. I'm not going to give you Reiki. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to love you because I love you. And that is why I got healed from my own love. He reflected it back to me. Loving without agenda is the most powerful love because we're not doing it to get anything. We're not doing it to fix or change or get a reward. So think about that for a while. How can I love without agenda? Just because it feels good. And that really is the thing. I love now just because it feels good. It's selfish. It feels good to me. It makes me feel good in this moment right now. So loving without agenda, one of the most important things. And the second amazing thing that the horses taught me, and we're just gonna assume my camera's gonna freeze again. We're just gonna roll with it. This might be in 10 parts. It's hilarious. Okay, so back in 2015, one of my childhood joys came back to me, and that was horses, you know, just horses. Oh, I loved them as a child, and I got a chance to just love them as an adult. And I had the pure gift of being able to go to this horse farm where there were Morgan horses that were semi-wild, meaning that this woman had acres and acres of land, beautiful land with ponds and wildflowers and meadows and woods, and she would just let the horses stay out there. In the summer, they'd stay out there all the time. And I was able to just go and hang out with these horses. I mean, how lucky was I? And the thing is, when I was a child, I was not afraid of horses. And when I started rekindled my love of horses back in 2015, I still wasn't afraid of horses. Until those in the horse world started telling me to be afraid of horses. But I also knew, no, I'm not going to create that atmosphere of fear. But still, it gets in, you know, it gets in. Anyway, there was this one gorgeous time. It was springtime or summer. I don't know. Fall, maybe even. Where I was sitting in the meadow and I was singing. I was chanting. And the horses all started coming up to me. So there I am sitting on the ground, and they liked my singing and my chanting, and they all just kind of formed a circle around me as they're grazing. And the fear that had been fed into me, don't be around their hooves, you don't know what's going to happen, they could be spooked, they could kick you, you know, there was this like, okay, I love these horses, but I'm being told I need to be afraid because, you know, their hooves are near my head, and if something spooks them, they can kill me, you know, doesn't take long for the fear programming to get in. And these gorgeous horses told me, you create the safe space. You create the safe space. You can also create the fear space. And that's what these people do with these expectations of these sorts of things. They create the fear space. So these horses are telling me, you create the safe space. And they showed me how to do it. So we all have within us this Taurus, you know, this Taurus of energy. And just look at it as like this golden energy that comes up, goes around, and comes back up through. So it's this constant feeding of energy. Whoops. And they told me to just breathe safety through this toroidal field, out and around. First build it around me, and then build it around, you know, the whole environment. And just by using my breath and envisioning that toroidal field with the intention of safety, you create it. One of the most important things I've learned was creating that safe space, and they taught me how to do that. So because I was able to create this safe space, I was able to chant and sing and have these horses around me, and kissing my hair and my ankles, and having there was half a dozen horses around me, like a circle around me, and I was safe. Frankly, I was in heaven. But that's how we can do it. We create the safe space. So use that toroidal field and your breath. And I've talked about the breath of God, the God breath. You can also just, use it as pranic breathing. Breathe in through your stomach, the safe space. I breathe in the safety of God with this intention. I am the safe space. And spend, 5 to 10 minutes just breathing in the safe space. You don't even have to do it. You can just simply say, if you believe enough, I am the safe space. You can use it when you go out in the world, safe space in your car, safe space. You can just say it. But if you really want to feel it, you can just breathe it in, really breathe it in, and you can make it as big as you want. You are the safe space. And so when, I've had to reparent this child, I will calm myself, breathe, create the safe space, and just say, you are safe to land here. You intense frustration. You are safe to land here. Don't attach stories to the fear that's coming up, okay? For the forerunners in particular, we're in such a new frequency in this new space that when the fear comes up and we attach to it, it feels like the darkest version of hell, because the frequencies are so discordant to where we are. Don't attach to the fear. Just be a safe landing space for it, and it'll dissolve into your own love. But you do have to feel it, okay? You're not creating the safe space to push it away. You're creating the safe space to feel it, to welcome it. Oh, it's okay, intense frustration. You stay as long as you need, and I will love you, and I will love you. And that is alchemy. That is alchemy. So use the breath as well. Just have a conversation with your breath, because the divine is within. Breathe in, I am safe. Breathe out, I love you. I am free. I love you. Whatever you want to do, create the safe space with your breath, and it makes you access different brain waves that change the molecules, that change the reality, that change everything. But you're not doing it to change anything. You're just doing it because it feels good. Okay. Another way, and this is really all reprogramming. So what we need to do all the time, and that's why I say with the affirmations, we're reprogramming eons worth of false programming. The false programming that says you're not safe, and we have to be safe or we're going to create. So the programming right now has to do with safety, and it is a divine reprogramming. This technique I've learned both in Tai Chi, or Qigong, which I took a couple years ago, and then Jazz Maheen, who is the author of a gorgeous book called Food of the Gods. She has some video where she talks about, using your fingers to reprogram yourself. Now, she just does it, the same finger, but if the Tai Chi, if you use different fingers, it balances your left and right brain. So, you can see what I'm doing right now. This is with the pointer, this is with the pinky, and you're just doing opposites. So first, just, try that slowly. Even just doing it without saying it helps balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain. But then you can also add affirmations to it, which aids in the God reprogramming, and it can be whatever you want, whatever you're dealing with in the moment. Just like, I am safe, I am free. It is safe to be me. Ooh, I like it, it rhymes. I am safe, I am free. It is safe to be me. I am safe, I am free. It is safe to be me. Whatever you want. Just, a reprogramming, using it like that helps. It's a tangible, physical rebalancing, reprogramming. So easy to do, and it helps, It helps. And just here, a disclaimer, we don't need to do any of this, all right? We don't need to do any of this. We're going to reach enlightenment. We're going to get where we want, even if we're just sitting here doing nothing. But it takes a very, very courageous, trustful, faithful person to just sit here and do nothing. And if you can do that, then kudos to you. I'm just giving you these tools because the human part likes to be actively involved, and frankly, it does make me feel better. So it makes me feel good to do this, you know? It's like a resetting. So the breath, the toroidal field, the reprogramming, and this is, I love this. I mentioned this last because this does require an investment. And I had it in my Amazon cart for weeks before I decided I'm going to make this investment, and I'm glad I did. These are mala beads, and I love them, and I wish I made them so I could sell them to you. But just look for them. The stones will speak to you. Mine is rose quartz and this amethyst, and it's got this little tassel on it, which at first I didn't like, but now I really like it because it reminds me of horse tail. And it's soothing. The mala beads, if you don't know them, they're kind of like a rosary, but you just use them for your intentions or your reprogramming. This has 108 beads on it, and I use it every morning, afternoon, and night, sometimes in between, to help with the resetting and reprogramming. And what you do is you take each bead and you hold it in between your thumb and your finger. You say your intention and you just go around the whole thing. So you've said it like 108 times. Now, in the traditional way to use it, you just have one mantra and you say it the whole 108 times. Well, the first time I did it, that didn't feel real and authentic. So I just started saying whatever wanted to come out. And by the time I was done, I had that holy drunk feeling of the Holy Spirit moving through me. And I'm like, oh my God. So yeah, you can reprogram with this, and you can feel the Holy Spirit moving in you, the higher self moving in you with these intentions. So I don't have a set mantra, but I just say whatever's coming to me. But lately it's just been, I am the safe space. Everything is safe. Everything is love. Whatever comes to you, you know. Sometimes it's, you know, thank you for the divine clarity. Thank you for divine neutrality. Thank you for divine creativity. Thank you for taking such good care of my family. Thank you for the divine solutions that are now opening themselves up to us. Thank you for the miracles that are now blooming like wildflowers. Thank you for the kingdom of heaven that is within me. Thank you for divine nourishment. Thank you for divine sustenance. Thank you for the kingdom of heaven that lives within me. We are free. We are free. Whatever feels good to you, you just say it. It's a prayer. It's a changing of the energy around you. It's calming, and it makes you access the higher frequencies. I love my mala beads. I have been using them for a month now, really up to sometimes 5 times a day. And it's a reset button, and it helps with the programming, the God reprogramming. And yeah, as I've said, since the equinox, it's been all about safety. So we are the safe space. We create the safe space, and we have to create the safe space before we can get to those superhuman powers, before we can create in new ways, before the new abilities kick in, before the new sensibilities, new creativities. We have to feel safe. So this is where we are right now. The forerunners are anywhere. We're creating a safe environment in this new frequency that we've never been before, where the old rules don't apply. And it's funny because we're so used to functioning by rules, we can be afraid when there's not any rules. It's like a learned helplessness, you know? But we're strong enough and courageous enough and wise enough not to let that keep us down. So we become the safe space. And that is the ultimate freedom. When you can have any emotion and know that it is safe, that is freedom. That is the end of suffering. Yesterday, I don't know if it was solar or magnetic winds or something, but three of us, the oldest ones, me, my husband, and my oldest son, were hit by this wave of negativity all at the same time. And my husband's out there in despair, and I'm like snapping and snipping, and my son's like, oh my God, I just got to get out of this. And I just knew, okay, well, this is helping us. It's delivering us to wherever we need to go. We are safe to feel this, and I'm just going to feel it and allow it to be okay. So one of the things I've been saying with my mala beads and with my friend Carrie through email is everything is safe. Everything is safe. Just feel into that. Everything is safe. We don't need to have a certain outside circumstance to be safe. We don't need to have a certain emotion to feel safe. Happiness isn't only the only safe place to be. Everything is safe. So that's where we are in this new frequency. Everything is safe. It is safe to have this experience. It is safe to have this emotion. It is safe to just feel it, even if we don't like it. It is safe for me to be frustrated for my camera for freezing. It is safe. It is safe. It is safe to breathe and feel that and allow whatever comes. And I've never been in a space of being able to allow myself the deepest, darkest feelings and still feel safe. And it's because I created the safe space. I am the safe space. And I'll say that with my malice too, like, I'm the safe space. I am the safe space. That is really the end of suffering. That is the end of suffering, when you can handle whatever comes to you and know that it is safe. So if you're just going to use any mantra, just use everything is safe. Everything is safe. Everything is safe. And you're not saying it to create the safe circumstances out there. You're doing it because you are the safe space in here to handle whatever comes up. You are the safe landing space. So I apologize that this is in 3 parts. Oh, look, the camera didn't freeze. I said before this camera works perfectly in the name of Christ. So it did. Anyway, thank you for bearing with me. Create your safe space. You are the safety. This is right here, the safety of God, the divinity. And, you know, one of the things I've liked to say is that God carries me in her loving hands to beautiful new lands. Everything is safe. Everything is safe. So imagine yourself being carried to beautiful new lands by just affirming the safety in all things. We are in the safest spot we have ever been before to feel these really deep things that we've been unable to feel before. And when we allow ourselves to feel that, the cloak comes off, and it's a friend, it's family, it's you, it's love. We are safe. I'm passing around the donation plate, and I thank any of you who wish to donate today, and I ask that it be multiplied 1,000-fold. I love you, my brothers and sisters. We are safe.